What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about American Chavez, a character that was absolute trash that nobody used at all, strictly a low-level Shadowland character for most players, and that's all she ever was. And what a lot of people were hoping is when she got this uniform, she was going to, I don't know about go skyrocket to the meta, but at least get a good improvement. And she definitely got that. She actually got quite an insane improvement, and even though she came from a place of complete and utter crap, I don't think it's really still good enough for her really to be relevant in the game. Now, as far as aesthetically, I think she looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm all about the stars and stripes, man. I am an American, so I'm all about the red, white, and blue. And I do think she looks pretty cool. And they did do a lot for this character. I mean, they honestly gave her a lot of love. They gave her ignore iframe on her third skill. They added a second on her immunity, which is going to help her survivability. They actually gave her all defense down on her fourth skill. They gave her a 20% recovery of max HP heal. They gave her a 50% increase of all attack, which is just an insane attack buff. And then on top of that, they gave her another 40% attack buff on her fifth skill with a 30% critical rate buff and then a 10% all speed. Those are massive buffs. 90% increase to her attack. Wow. And then her uniform effect actually gives her a 15% increase of HP. So she's got the ignore iframe. She also has a decreased damage received from reflected effects by 50%. Effect reflect all attacks. So she's got a nice little damage reduction against reflect. So you're looking at this character and you're thinking probably PvP. And I do think that she could be a relevant PvP character for early players, for newer players. But I think for veterans and for, moderate players, I don't think so. I don't think she's going to be in the meta because, all of these PvP teams, I mean, you're just going to be seeing Blue Marvel, you're going to be seeing Sentries, you're going to be seeing Jean Greys, you're going to be seeing Silver Surfers, and I don't think that she can compete with any of those characters. Maybe on manual plays she could, maybe she could. I mean, she definitely got some PvP relevance because this third skill, I mean, this is on a 4.5 second cooldown. That's a low damn cooldown to have that ignore iframe. And the fact that she's got them long iframes on the 4 and especially the 5, as long as you can lure and bait your opponents that you're fighting in PvP, maybe you could do it. But I really am suspicious of her damage. Even though she has all this increased attack, I mean 90% is nuts, I don't think it's really enough for her. I mean, honestly, I think she really needs some damage accumulation. If you really want to put her in the meta category, put her over top. But I mean, I don't have her awakened, so I'm not really sure how strong she would be. And her passive here gives her the ignore target rate by 30%, critical rate increased by 25%, and that's nice. It's a lot easier to max out her critical rate, so you definitely want to, like if you're putting a proc on the character, give her a critical damage with a damage proc obelisk or CTP of energy if you want. I wouldn't put a rage on her. And her awakened skill, this is really when she's going to get buffed up, right? And this would go for any character, right? Whenever they get an awakened skill, they're definitely going to get stronger. They're going to get the stat bumps, especially when you transcend them. You're going to get all defense down, and that's really where it's going to be at for Chavez. But I think even then, I still think this is going to be a character that's going to sit on the old sidelines and really just sit on the shelf and collect dust for most players, unfortunately. She does have a 30% increase of all attack. And the thing about her skills is just like Quasar, except Quasar is actually much stronger. They did just a copy and paste. They really didn't change anything. Her third skill, they got the extra second of immunity. That's nice. And the fourth skill, you actually get the all defense down at the end of the skill, and you actually also get the heal at the end of the skill, which is kind of a bummer. So whenever you're playing the character, if you just cancel it, you're not going to get the all defense down and you're not going to get the heal. So if you need the heal, you need to let that 4 play out. So what you can do is you can just hit the 4 to get your attack buff and then just go into the 5, right? And you'll get both those attack buffs at the same time. And then in your second rotation, you can let the 4 play out and go back into 5. So it's just 4, cancel 5, let the 5 play out. Hopefully the proc will land on the 5. And then go into the 3, then go back into the 4, let it play out. Since the all defense down applies, then go back into the 5th skill. She's a very easy character to play. Her survivability went up something fierce. Her damage went up something fierce. I mean, this uniform really does make her, I don't want to say 0 to hero, but when you look at where she was at, it is a zero to hero uniform. It really is. I mean, I know by the standards that we have from the past, when we say zero to hero, we're talking about a character that was total trash to being a complete god. And yeah, if you're going to look at it from that perspective, no, she's not there. She's not a god. She's not a god, but she's a god compared to what she was. She just has a stage 4 Power Ranger Hulk set. Not the greatest build, right? But on my account with 13% Pierce, and, I have 87% physical attack, plus a 20% physical attack proc. So there's times I'll have over 100% physical attack. Stage 99s, like against Proxima, who's what we're going to face against with Chavez here, isn't very difficult for very many characters, even with this kind of build. We got dodge and max HP, so we're adding a little max HP, and then we got 140% damage proc. And right now, if I took her in PvP, she just gets slaughtered because she's just level 60. She'll just get one-shotted like nothing. So we'll take her in the World Boss. We'll go against old Proxy here. Stage 99. We're going to use all the massive buffs. I mean, Nick Fury and Shuri. Get that extra decreased damage received. Wait, there was something I wanted to point out really quick. Yeah, she does get native super armor. She decreases physical damage received by 60%. So this is another reason why in PvP she could be very relevant. Now again, I think that for newer players that, especially if you're facing physical damage dealing characters, she's going to probably be pretty good. But the thing about that is, if you're a newer player, are you going to have the resources to awaken her? And wouldn't you rather awaken other characters? Right? I mean, that's kind of the thing. I mean, really, until I see some further testing of her, like in PvP, I really can't make a final judgment on it, but I really think she's probably just going to end up sitting on the sidelines for most players. Let's find us some regular strikers here. We shouldn't need a heal. There we go. Some damage to supervillains, and we got a physical damage dealing striker. All right. But she is easy to play. That's kind of the thing about the character. She's very, very simple, very straightforward. And there, the proc trigger on 4. And that's something else, she's got these, that 4 skill is very, very long-gated. So a lot of times the proc gets thrown off. And the thing that really kind of stinks, and I wish they would have done for her, is I wish they would have gave her more hits. Because a lot of times her proc doesn't really seem to want to trigger. But right now it's actually playing pretty well. Like, her proc is triggering pretty accurate for the most part, like almost at the beginning of the 5th skill. I'm actually quite surprised that it's actually playing so smoothly. And you really want to have that immunity up a little bit whenever you start that 4th skill. Like when you have 2 seconds left on the 5, that's when you want to hit that 4. Make sure you apply that all defense down. So now our proc's actually getting a little bit off. We'll go ahead and switch here. Switch. We'll switch to Nick Fury. Oh, we're gonna run around. And right now we actually are on pace to do stage 99. And this actually, I mean, it's not bad. This is a huge upgrade for this character. It really is. Oh, crap. The other thing, but something that is nice about the character is, proc trigger on the 4, is she has these long iframes. So Proxima's just kind of sitting there like a lump on a log. She won't throw down the purple or no attack at you. And it does make things pretty easy to play now, or pretty easy to do for, Chavez. I just wish she would have done a little bit more hits. I think that would have really made the difference for this character. Oh, crap. So we're just going to go back into our 4. We had to switch to throw out the purple. Ooh. We can't lose Shuri here. We can't lose Shuri. Okay. Whoa. There we go. I'm hoping, yeah, there's that proc. I was hoping it would trigger. Yeah, when you got about 2 seconds left on the 5th skill, that's when you should really hit the, or 2 seconds left on the, 5th skill, that's when you should hit the 4th skill. Let it play out. See, right now our proc's getting a little bit off, so I'm actually going to wait a little bit longer to hit that 4 skill and then go into the 5. Still a little bit off. Oh boy, oh boy. But, I mean, you can see this really isn't that easy for her. And I guarantee you there's characters on my account with this exact same build that could murder this thing. Wow, we got the proc right at the beginning of the 5th skill. I mean, Chavez can get it done. She is definitely a lot better than what she was. There is no doubt. But unfortunately, you know, we're in a day and age where characters... I mean, it sucks, man. That proc keeps landing on that damn 4th skill. Oh, man. I tried canceling the 4 into the 5 there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It looks like we're going to be able to do this. And it's really nice that she's got that super armor. Proc landed on the 4 skill again. But we're going to go ahead and stop it. I mean, we got about a minute left. We got about almost 3, just a little over 3 bars left. I mean, she can do this. She can absolutely do this. And this is a huge, it really is a huge, huge upgrade for her. And it's kind of a shame that, you know, we need characters to have a certain level of power for them to actually be relevant, right? I mean, amongst, you know, having certain typings for certain game modes and those kinds of things. But I really think this is going to end up being a character that people just level up and awaken for the story mode. That's pretty much it. They might use her in PvP, maybe especially early on for newer players. But again, you know, if you're a newer player, more than likely you're trying to save up your resources for other characters. And I really do like American Chavez. I think she's a really cool character. I think she's a cool looking character. And I really like her a lot. I was really hoping for a little bit more for her. But, I mean, but for some people, you know, it's going to be good enough, right? I mean, when it comes to games, you should always have fun. You should always level up the characters you want to level up. Just because she isn't a meta, or just because people don't think she's going to be a meta, and the same for any other character in the game. Level them up if you want to. If you love these characters, level them up. You know, the games aren't any fun if you're just leveling up meta characters. And, you know, one of the beauties of Marvel Future Fight is, you know, we do have over 240 characters in the game. So, you know, it's not a big deal. Why not? I mean, I'm to the point now where I just level up characters a lot of times just for fun, even though I don't play with them. I leveled up Iron Fist a while back. I never use Iron Fist, hardly at all anymore, right? And that happens to a lot of characters, a lot of my beloved characters. Hulk, he's my favorite character in the game, my favorite character in all of the fictional world. But I never play him, ever. Of course, then again, I really don't play him because he's mainly a PvP character. But I just don't, right? And that's just going to happen with all characters. So if you love American Chavez, this is an insane upgrade for her. It's way better than what it was before. But is it really worth buying? Only to those that I think really love the character and want to make the most of her. I think for most players, it's probably not going to be worth buying. So let me know how y'all feeling about American Chavez. And I do stream on Twitch at Reset. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.